Salutations! We back.
Hello. Welcome back to Jay and Hater.
Welcome back.
How are y'all? How are you, babe?
I'm good. I'm straight. How about yourself?
I'm feeling really good right now.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling very, very nice right
So
now.
this episode is compliments of Peach Crown.
I mean, cause Crown Peach will take you to the peak.
Really?
I don't know.
We about to find out.
I'm finding out right now, actually. Yeah. So welcome back.
Speaking of the peak, let me
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Okay.
Because it's something that I kind of been wondering, right?
Okay.
So with a lot of people being canceled right now,
Cancel culture is real.
because who we canceled so far? Or who's on the borderline getting canceled?
People that are canceled. You have R. Kelly, you have Bill Cosby, you have Michael Jackson, Johnny the Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp on that list too.
I don't know. There's some people that kind of teeter the line a little bit.
Like who would you say was?
Like Boosie has kind of teetered the line. I don't know. I feel like Boosie can say whatever he want and niggas are still gonna fuck with him.
I think 50 kind of be on that line with people.
You know
too.
what? 50 is 50. So I'm not gonna say nothing against him before he cancel us.
I just want to say, to me, Fifth is probably like one of the most hilarious people.
He is very hilarious and he is very serious about what he says.
Yeah.
Like he is.
Because I think he's serious about it because he like, hey, I say what I want and everybody gonna say nothing because...
Who gonna fight him? Who gonna fight 50?
Yeah, I ain't gonna fight that dude.
Right. So, yeah. Who else? We talked about Lil Nas X.
Yep, we talked about Lil Nas.
A lot of people want to cancel him. So it just depends, and it's for various reasons. But also, I feel like we're quick to cancel some people and not others.
Or do you think that we jump to the conclusion that we should cancel people faster before we get all the details?
Yes, correct. And even then, I don't feel like we always get all the details because how news is spread and the media can adjust what type of view they want you to have of that person. So it's really kind of hard to tell. So,
okay, I guess that leads me to ask you the question is, can you separate the art from the person?
I feel like that's one big gray area because it all depends on how your personal and moral feelings are regarding what they did or what they're accused of.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me give you an example, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Because, Mike Tyson went to prison for what he went to prison for rape. And then he served his time. And then there's still a list of people that still feel like even after all that, he'd have redeemed himself. He's, figured out what his issues are. He's become a righteous man. And they still feel like he should be punished for that crime.
And see, it's funny because I actually forgot about all that. I just think of Mike Tyson as just a funny dude.
Just a funny dude.
Just a funny dude with a really hilarious cartoon. You have to watch the Mike Tyson show or whatever the fuck it's called.
You do like the Mike Tyson show.
That shit is hilarious. So yeah, I don't...
Like, can you separate, like, at that time, he was this boxer, he was this persona
He
of
was
Mike
an
Tyson.
idol. He's still an idol of a lot of people.
And then even when you hear him talk, he's like, yo, I was portraying this dude.
And you can tell he's in a different headspace.
And I got caught up playing that dude.
Yeah, he's like the perfect example because, we're all not our past.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everyone wants to be redeemed. But I guess when you're in the public eye and you have so many people looking at you and, scrutinizing your every move, it's kind of hard to get out of that, cancel status. But because one that I kind of have a hard time with is Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. I'm actually on the. I know it's terrible, but
unspeakable name.
When you, especially because I'm such a music head.
Yeah.
And music really affects my mood, and there are my go-to songs, my feel-good songs. I know I'm not the only person.
Yeah, for sure.
But there are certain songs that when I was in a certain period of my life that actually helped me get through. And it's like, how can I cancel Michael Jackson when he made some of my favorite songs? And so it's like, yeah, he did or allegedly did what he did. Allegedly did what he did and what these people say. But then he turns around and he does all this philanthropic work. and
help the people.
You know, Bill Cosby. You know that's Dr. Huxtable. You know,
like so can you okay? I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask you, like. Bill Cosby. I was to say Bill Cosby. We ain't calling it that.
That's not his government name.
But I'm just saying, like, if you take Bill Cosby from what we now know of Bill Cosby, and then can you cancel Dr. Huxtable because of what the man Bill Cosby said they
because the message that the Cosby Show, Dr. Huxtable, the Huxtables gave out, that was like a pivotal. What's the word? A pivotal movement in TV as far as like portraying Black families, and you know, it was in a good like we're not all struggling and you know on food stamps and stuff. But no, this is a pretty you know well-to-do you know Black family, and they're raising their kids just like all these other shows that we see. So I feel like it's really hard to, I mean, because we've all done something or had a past or things that we've done where we don't want people to keep harping on it because it's like, but what about all this good that I've done? So it's like Mike Tyson, he's completely changed.
Yeah.
So why can't we give that same what's the word?
Redemption.
That crown is taking me down, man.
Like redemption.
Yeah, why can't they be redeemed just like the next person?
So like redeemed like Robert Downey Jr.
Listen, white folks redeemed and, you know, forgave Robert Downey Jr. a long time ago. And I know some people are still mad because of the whole Tropic Thunder, which I think is stupid because the whole point of the movie was to make a joke about him being a dude, playing a dude, disguised as another dude. So I don't even think that should even be a debate. Like, I think that was just comedic genius to me. I know you don't care for Tropic Thunder. I know you don't care for it.
I mean, I get it.
I can watch that right now.
I get it.
But I feel like everyone kind of picks and chooses who they want to support and who they don't.
Right.
So I feel like it's really just on personal preference. Don't try to, it's kind of like the same thing with religion. You can believe whatever you want. Right. And I'm going to believe whatever I want. And I'll respect you for believing however you feel or how you feel about Bill Cosby or whoever. But don't try to force me to feel the same way you do, because you may not have really cared about R. Kelly that much before. So if you find out this nigga's doing the things that he's doing, you're like, okay, well, fuck that nigga. But I'm like, no, 12 Play got me through a whole season of my life. Yeah. So it affected me, you know, personally. Because I mean, that's kind of like, you can't cancel somebody like, well, I know the allegations and all that are extremes, but you can't be mad at this person when their assignment was to make music and they made great music. Right. Their assignment was to make good TV and to instill these values and show, you know, portray this positive image. And then they do their ratchet shit or their illegal shit on the side, because we all kind of do that.
So you kind of, I guess you kind of trying to say it's like, let me just ask, right? Like an actor, like they're portraying, like in a movie, they portraying this person. And outside of that,
like Bill Cosby, he was portraying Dr. Huxtable.
So, like, can you relate that, like, to same as music? Like you said, like R. Kelly, for example. Like, Robert.
Yeah, Robert, I can't fuck with Robert. But R. Kelly, I can do that. TG2, I can do that.
That's what I mean. Like can you separate Robert?
Because my thing is, a lot of these, I mean, some of the stuff was kind of talked about during that time, but a lot of it is like really just now coming out after all of the good shit has already been done. So it's like, I can't unfeel those feelings. I can't unfeel those feelings that I had back when this album came out, or when I was at this concert, or when I met him in person, or whatever like that. I can't unfeel that. I can't take that away.
Right.
Now, how I feel with the information I have going forward, that's different. But then it also goes to, you know, I don't want to necessarily take these songs off my playlist, but I don't necessarily have to support them in their new shit that they do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a balancing act. And I feel like it's just everyone's personal preference of how you decide you want to move forward with that. Because, you know, Michael Jackson, that was a lot of people's hearts. Still is. You know what I mean? And we no one knows the truth. No one knows the 100% of the truth. It's all what the media gives us, what different interviews and stuff like that. Yeah. It can all be skewed.
Yeah, it's always somebody else's dialogue.
Exactly. And then also Chris Brown. You know, we don't know 100% of what happened when he was in the car with Rihanna or whatever. For?
He was banned.
He wasn't really.
But he went to the shadow realm.
He wasn't really canceled with me. So
I don't think he was. I think it's kind of like in a way like R. Kelly. I know we keep saying R. Kelly.
I feel like Chris Brown was more of on probation than anything. He was on house arrest, but he was never really canceled, and he got even bigger after that. So it's like, so do we still not support Chris Brown because he, like Mike Tyson, did something in his past? And I mean, I don't know if he's still beating bitches, but I mean, they not telling. They signing NDAs or whatever. But I mean, he's a father now. You know what I mean? He's all about his kids. So it's like, should we really be the judge and the jury at the end of the day? Because you always bring up Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Gonna talk about Whitney.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now that I think about it in the same realm of DMX, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a flawed person.
Yes, and we're all flawed.
And I think once you put people up on a pedestal, you try to erase the flaws of the person and only focus on the art.
I feel like, to me, whenever these flaws or these situations come out about celebrities, to me that's kind of like a reminder, like they make mistakes just like
they normal people.
You know what I mean? If you can forgive or try not to acknowledge that uncle who you don't want to leave the kids around because he a little handsy, or this one tends to say slick stuff, you're quick to forgive that person, but yet you have this person who you don't even really know. You're already kind of passing judgment on them. I don't think that's fair. I feel like everybody makes mistakes, and now I mean if they're still ongoing, if it's still that's different. But
no, I'm just saying, like, as long as they not like Jared from Subway.
Yeah, no, he's canceled.
Yeah, canceled. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that.
To me, he's canceled.
I'm not saying that everybody should be canceled or certain.
Yeah,
I think each situation should be handled on an individual basis. I'm not saying like just because you canceled A, you got to cancel D.
Right, because for example, take Chris Brown. I could be like, oh, I'm never fucking with Chris Brown again because I had a sister. This is not true. I'm just as an example, because I may have had a sister or a close friend who used to get her ass beat all the time. So I can't fuck with Chris Brown no matter what. Versus you may not have that situation. You'd be like, man, that's kind of fucked up what Chris Brown did, but he did kind of redeem himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like everybody's moral compass and what holds more weight than the other is different.
But I also think the action kind of proves the person. Like Chris, like, yes, he had this situation with Rihanna, but like you said, but also you haven't really heard him being in many situations outside of that.
Right. It could be, we've all had that one bad night.
So you had a bad day.
Yeah. Or, where we just don't make the best decisions. And plus, Chris is still young to me, but he was even younger then.
Now, I'm not saying having a cult or a possible cult is a bad decision. I'm just saying, and Blueface, they saying Blueface got one.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Blueface, baby?
Hey.
Wait.
Yeah.
You ain't never met a nigga love swimming. Wait a minute. No. What do you mean a cult?
Hey, I'm just saying that it's possible. I heard. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying allegedly that he been making girls get like tattoos, like of stuff, and then like having them sleep in bunk beds, like kind of like the. I know we said, but I'm just saying, crazy.
I need to do my research on it. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I kind of wait. I waited.
I don't care about Blueface like that, but I don't know. I feel like it's just perception and how you feel, what your moral compass is, and how much that person may have affected you when you were younger. Like your boy Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny, man.
It's hard for me to cancel him all the way because
you don't know.
He's one of those people that understands the assignment. He's supposed to act and he's supposed to, give off this character, and he puts his all into it, and it's golden.
But the person is, you don't know. I think that's a sticky situation between him and his ex-wife, because you don't know, man. You don't know, because I don't think neither one of them are telling the truth.
Nobody knows the truth, and at the end of the day, you know what I always say: everybody's always out for themselves. So you don't know what's the truth and what you just kind of have to just gauge it on your own.
So
and
yeah,
it sucks though.
So let me ask you a different way. Like, can you equate that to like somebody in your family too? Like, can you separate, let's say, your Uncle James, from that nigga James?
So you mean as far as you may have an uncle who's a drug dealer, but you know that he's actually a really good person?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Like I know he sold drugs and he was selling crack to the community, but he was a really good uncle to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So he gave me clothes.
Yeah, every Christmas he always gave me $50. That's kind of your perception and your personal relationship with that person or individual, whether it be someone you knew, face to face on a daily interaction basis, or just a celebrity, because some people you feel like you're close to them because their music touches you. Okay. So I feel like, again, like with Bill Cosby and all the things that he's done, and all of the charities he's donated to, and the messages that he
got a doctorate.
Listen, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was going to Baylor, he actually came and he spoke to us, so I had like a front row seat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm meeting Bill Cosby. And when I tell you, his speech like really touched me. Like, that man has a gift, you know what I mean? And he was someone I looked up to. He's like the black father figure. And so it's like, how do you separate that? And it's funny that we're talking about this because we watch all these crime documentaries and stuff like that, and people will be like, no, but he was actually a really good dad, and he really cared about, but he liked to murder kittens. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you kind of have to, you kind of have to make your own decision, and it's tough, but at the same time, that also is a reminder that you can't put people on a pedestal, because everyone is flawed. Everyone has, their vices, or no one is perfect. And I hate to say it, but it takes situations like the R. Kelly, the Michael Jacksons, the Bill Cosbys, even at one point people were mad at Lil Wayne, don't do Wayne. You have to realize that these people are not flawless. Yeah. They have their own, issues going on, and you can't make it seem like they're up here and they're perfect, because at the end of the day, they're just like the rest of us. Yeah. And you can't sit here and be like, I do my job and my job is perfect and my work ethic is good, so you shouldn't care about what I put on Facebook. Yeah. You can't be like that, because what you're expecting out of these celebrities is kind of like the same. You know what I mean? Like Cardi B. She talks about, and I'm running niggas and niggas ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. But then her husband cheats on her repeatedly. And then she goes back to, but then she goes back to him. Even she's like, I'm not perfect. Y'all stop trying to make me this role model that I'm not. I miss my nigga, and I'll go back to him just like the rest of y'all. Yeah. So you kind of have to.
And yeah, I guess so. Cause it's like the Beyonce situation where, I know.
What Beyonce situation?
What they were saying, allegedly, Jay-Z got, you know what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying.
Oh, well, yeah, you could take Beyonce talking about how she's a bad bitch and women rule the world, yada, yada, and her husband cheats on her and she still forgives him. That's not for you to judge the situation, because we don't know the whole story. Right. You know what I mean? So I think
people can do wrong, but you can,
you can't ask for redemption for yourself or for someone because you know them, but then get mad when some of these celebrities have people around them, or they're trying to get redemption and be like, yo, I'm not like that anymore, or I'm sorry.
But we're only saying only if they are worthy. I mean, I'm not saying we can't judge if somebody's worthy, but I'm just saying, right. But if you got a cult, I'm just saying you might not be totally worthy of redemption.
Yes, but then also I'm I try to be realistic, and I try to zoom out. People are always, it's like a game of telephone, especially when you're going from someone who's as high up as an A-list celebrity, and then it gets down to the common people. If I told you all the rumors I heard about me that were so far from the truth, so that's why I literally take everything with a grain of salt. Yeah. I go by facts and receipts.
But going to jail is facts, right?
I mean, yes, but
not necessarily going to jail.
That is a fact.
But getting convicted is more
than convicted. Yes. But I'm just saying, like, we just kind of have to be careful when it comes to because nowadays everybody's so quick to cancel people.
Yeah, everybody get canceled.
So quick. And I'm like, wait, this story is developing and we're already canceling it? Wait a minute.
You be like, bro, I'm 35, but I sent a tweet when I was 12. Like,
right.
Dog, I'm not even that same person.
Right. You can go through life and go through situations to where you literally are not the same person. Because I would be the first one to admit, I am totally different from the person I was 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I don't want to go back to her, and I don't want people to judge me on her. But there are people in my past that met me 10 years ago that will tell you she ain't shit. Granted, I'm still not shit. I'm the shit.
But that's the person they know.
That's the person they know. But you will talk to people who know me today and will not have a negative thing to say about me. So it's all about the growth and it's growth and perception.
So you said as long as a person show growth in a way and like don't repeat.
Right. Don't repeat the bad shit. But at the same time, who are we to judge? Because literally nobody is perfect.
Yeah, that's true too.
Literally nobody is perfect. Nobody really can say anything bad about anybody because we all got shit.
I mean, we all do got shit.
We do. So that's how I feel.
That's just how you feel.
It is. So, anything else?
You got any petty words of wisdom?
The petty words of wisdom. Of course. Petty words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Petty. You like that, don't you?
You made your own theme song?
I did. I made my own theme song because I do what I want. So, the petty words of wisdom this week. Very simple. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to be liked by everybody when you don't even like everybody. Think about it. Why does it matter if everybody likes you when you don't like everybody?
I mean,
literally, stop trying to worry about everyone liking you because you don't even like everybody.
Man, Kevin don't like me, man. But
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck
Kevin.
But truth be told, I don't really like Kevin either.
See, so
and like on the Boondocks with Tom. Remember when Ruckus was preaching and he was like,
I don't like him.
He was like, I don't like Tyrone. Yeah, what about Jamal?
I don't like black people. Wait a minute, Tom.
Hey, Tom, that's a jump.
Yeah, so don't worry about being liked by everybody because you don't even like everybody. So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
So that's it. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, huh?
Short and sweet. Like me.
Okay.
So anything else? Any news?
So as always, you can find us at www.jnhater.com.
Yes, and then also on the social medias on Facebook at JN Hater. We also have JN Hater Podcast on Instagram, and then I am Duce J on Instagram.
And always you can find your boy Lord Hater. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube,
yes,
make sure you like and subscribe.
Subscribe, comment. We love comments.
I love comments for sure.
I fucking love comments. I live in comments on a lot of videos and stuff. So definitely leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you agree, if you disagree. If you disagree, we don't care because we have our own opinions and you have yours.
I mean, you have yours. We would love to hear them.
Of course.
Really. I mean, we may not. Agree. We can agree to disagree, which is cool.
Because of therapy, I'm okay with agreeing to disagree. I used to be like, what does that even fucking mean? No, it's okay to agree to disagree. You can feel your way. I'm going to feel my way, and we're going to leave it at that.
Okay. So, you want to go ahead and tell them what we're talking about next week?
Should we tell them or should we?
Yeah, go ahead and tell them. We're
going to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Or a subpart to our toxic parents. We're going to talk about how you can be a toxic child and a toxic sibling. Because
when we did toxic parents, we were like, okay, we were gonna do it, and we didn't really think that y'all was gonna really mess with it like that. But and then people was like, well, kids can be toxic too,
and they can. And I mean, kids as in children, not necessarily babies. Babies are toxic as fuck. But no, I mean as far as being a child or an offspring of someone and using your relationship to the advantage or disadvantage of one or the other. So,
or even you are around some toxic kids and make you question, did them kids become that way or were they born that way?
Right.
But anyway.
So yeah, that's what we're going to hit y'all with next week.
So What else you want to tell them?
I ain't got nothing else to tell them, but thank you. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah, always.
We love y'all. And yeah, that's it for this week. So please tune in next week when we talk about toxic offspring and siblings. And again, thank you for listening to us. Tell your friends, tell your little children, dogs and cats, whoever.
Little baby dogs and cats.
But that's all I have for you. That's all we have for you. So until next week, protect your peace, y'all.